Hey everyone, let's talk about why Lincoln was a great president. See, there's a lot to learn from history and how it relates to biblical values. In fact, one of the few books Lincoln read from his childhood was the Bible. It laid the groundwork for the kind of person and the kind of president that he became. He persevered through many trials in life. Lincoln didn't quit. All throughout his life, he endured the tragedy of death. His parents died when he was young. His friends, as he grew older, many of them passed away. Even his own child died while he was president. I'm sure he leaned on this verse, Romans 5. We can rejoice, too, when we run into problems and trials, for we know that they help us develop endurance. And endurance develops strength of character, and character strengthens our confident hope of salvation. This verse was true of Lincoln's life. He was also quick to forgive anyone who offended him. Lincoln didn't hold grudges even when he would have been justified in doing so. He extended grace even to his enemies, even when he had the power to condemn them to death. He lived out Colossians 3, where it says, make allowance for each other's faults and forgive anyone who offends you. Remember, the Lord forgave you, so you must forgive others. Lincoln lived that. And he kept a positive attitude even in the darkest days. Can you imagine the pressure Lincoln must have felt with the future of America hanging in the balance? With all of the dead and wounded soldiers of the Civil War, over 600,000 by the end of it. In spite of all of that, Lincoln kept a positive attitude. He loved to tell stories to cheer others up. Proverbs 16 says, when the king smiles, there is life. His favor refreshes like a spring rain. Lincoln's positive attitude had that effect on the people around him. And of course, he fought wholeheartedly for freedom. That's clear in his famous Gettysburg Address when he dedicated the battlefield to the memory of the soldiers who died there. He said, we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom. And we know, of course, that's what happened, because Lincoln fought so hard for it. But it's more than that. The hand of God was on Lincoln and even on our nation in those days. Psalm 72 says that God will rescue the poor when they cry to him. He will help the oppressed who have no one to defend them. He feels pity for the weak and the needy, and he will rescue them. He will redeem them from oppression and violence, for their lives are precious to him. That's the kind of character that God has, and Lincoln embodied a lot of that. That's why he was a great president. In fact, all of these things should be evident in any of our lives if we truly are living to honor God.